Hello, it is time for Tuesday's art, and we are going to do a kitty cat this week. We are still studying value, and so do you remember what the word value means? It means the range from darker to lighter or lighter to darker. Either way, it's just a variation in how dark or how light something gets. So do you remember what happens when we tint something? When we tint, we are adding white, so it's going to get lighter. The value is getting lighter. When we shade or shadow something, it's going to be adding black and getting darker in value. All right, so if you are really an aspiring artist, one thing you want to do is capture where the sunlight hits something, and that's kind of what we were doing with that pear, because we had a yellow strip going through the middle, and that was where the light was supposed to be hitting it. And I know that artists spend a lifetime sometimes just trying to capture how the light falls on something. I know that one of my favorite artists was Monet, and he painted haystacks and he painted the pond, and I love his pond paintings, but he did it at all times of day to see how the light hit it at different times of day. So he really practiced and practiced and practiced. So art is not just natural gift, it is also a practice. It is both. So to start this week off, they actually have an artist that they are looking at, and her name is Laurel Birch. And I have not heard of Laurel Birch before. I have not seen any of her paintings, but apparently they look something like this. And let's see, did they have a story in here? I think they had a story in here that we could read, but I did not have that story. And so I went and found a cat book. So art is going to be in several parts, just however long it takes us, we'll do it. But this is the story that goes with it. The cat who wore a pot on her head. There are no cats in here that look like the cat we are going to draw, but this is a silly story and I found it amusing, so I hope that you enjoy it too. So we start off and little kitty's got a pot on her head. It says, there was once a cat named Molina. Molina. The name is even silly. She lived in a house on Cat Street, where cats and kittens lived all together. Brothers and sisters and cousins and friends were in and out and all about. What a noisy place it was. One day when Bendalina was playing, she found a shiny pot. She put it on her head. Suddenly, all the noise was gone. Why was it gone? Where are her ears? In the pot, so she cannot hear anything. She liked it so much that she decided to wear the pot all of the time. The next day, Mother Cat said to Molina and her 9 little brothers and sisters, I have to take care of a sick friend this afternoon. But, oh dear, how am I going to clean the house and cook your supper too? Don't worry, said her kittens. When you come home, supper will be ready and all of the house will be clean. We'll take care of everything. Now, this artist is drawing some very silly pictures. Look how big Mother Cat is. I actually thought some of these were bears. So maybe this artist is not the best artist, or maybe he meant to draw them like this. Very silly. So here's Mama Cat going to take care of a friend. But it was close by, so Molina just goes back and forth between them. Mrs. Cat took Molina with her to the sick friend's house. I brought her to run errands, Mrs. Cat said to her sick friend. And soon Mrs. Cat wanted something. Molina, run home and tell your brothers and sisters that it's time to put fish on to bake. So Molina is sitting there with a pot on her head. Everything's all quiet to Molina. Molina didn't hear what her mother said, and because her ears were still under the pot. Everything that she heard was all mixed up. Did she say to put the smish on the fake, or to put the bish in the lake? Molina wondered as she ran home. Oh, she must have said put the soap in the cake. Mama wants you to put soap in the cake, she told her brothers and sisters. All of the kittens wanted to please Mother, so they put soap in the cake. What does that say? Soap. Very interesting. Almost as soon as Benda Melina got back to her mother, Mrs. Cat said, Benda Melina, I forgot to tell the children to put the soup on to heat. Run home and tell them to put the soup on to heat. Again, Benda Melina didn't hear well because of the pot. Put the hoop on the beep? Mup the moop on the feep? Oh, she must have said to iron the meat. Iron the meat. There goes little Benda Melina. Let me see if I can get the picture on there. Running back to her house. I'm guessing Benda Melina must have been a younger cat. She couldn't do the chores much, but she could run messages back and forth. What are they doing? Here, ironing the meat. Mama says to iron the meat, she told the kittens at the house. They all wanted to please Mother, so they got out the iron and the ironing board and ironed the meat. All afternoon, Benda Melina ran back and forth, telling her brothers and sisters what Mother wanted them to do. Once, Mrs. Cat said, Benda Melina, run home and tell the children to sweep the hall. Feep the ball? Meep out the mall? Gleep the biddy ball? Oh, Mother must have said to hang the chairs on the wall, Benda Melina decided. Mama wants you to hang the chairs on the wall, Benda Melina told the other kittens. The kittens all wanted to please Mama, so they got the hammer and the nails and hung the chairs up with the pictures. Ooh, Mom's going to be surprised when she gets home. Soon, all of the neighbors gathered around the house to watch. There were so many things to see that Benda Melina had to crawl. There were so many watching that Benda Melina had to crawl between their legs to get back to her mother. Once again, Benda Melina's mother had a message for the children. Tell them to be sure to leave the key in the lock. Remember, put the key in the lock, said Mrs. Cat. Benda Melina raced home, and she said to herself, Gleave the bee in the smock? Smick the smee on the sock? Sicky wee wubby gawk? Oh, she must have said to sew the clothes on the clock. Sew the clothes on the clock, Benda Melina told her brothers and sisters, and to please their mother, they did what they were told. Benda Melina ran again back to her mother. Benda Melina, supper must be nearly ready. Go tell the children to make something to drink, Mother said. Make whiffly sink? Womp buffalo bink? Oh, she must have said, put the horse in the sink. When Benda Melina told her brothers and sisters what Mother had said, they asked Mr. Horse, who lived down the street, if he would stand in the sink just to please their mother. By this time, animals had come from all over to see what was happening at Mrs. Cat's house. There were big animals and small animals and in-between animals. There's some pretty interesting stuff going on in this house. Mrs. Cat was ready to leave her sick friend when she said, Benda Melina, run home and ask one of your brothers to fix my chair. Up in the air, sticky pear, purple hair. By the time Benda Melina got home, she decided her mother had said, ask in bear. And to please Mother, the kittens asked in a big, friendly bear from the crowd. Well, just then Mrs. Cat came home. She saw the soap bubbles coming out of the cake. She saw the meat on the ironing board ready to bake. She saw the chairs on the wall. And the bear in the hall. Oops, sorry. Gotta plug in my battery. And she saw the clock dressed in pink and the horse in the sink. And under her chin, 10 kittens rushed in. What is the meaning of this? Miss Cat cried. Surprise! Surprise! Said the kittens. They thought they had pleased their mother. They thought they had done just what she wanted. We all did our best, they called out. But Bendamelina was still mixed up. Asking the rest? She said to herself. Bendamelina threw open the door and said, Everyone, come in. Mrs. Cat looked at all of the neighbors and friends. She looked at Bendamelina's head. Then she looked at her smiling kittens. She couldn't stay angry. She knew it was all the fault of that pot. Everyone can stay for supper, said Mrs. Cat. She took the pot off of Bendamelina's head, and she made 2 holes in it. She put it back on Bendamelina's head, and out came her ears. Bendamelina, Bendamelina, give me a hug, said Mrs. Cat. And Bendamelina did give her mother a hug. Or did she give her a bug or a rug? No, she gave her mama just what she wanted. Look at her ears sticking up. You see her ears sticking up? And that's the end. My goodness, that is such a silly story. Put a glibbly gleek on the clock. Oh, dress the clock. So they dressed the clock in pink clothes. What else did they do? They put a horse where? In the sink. Where did they put the chairs? Nailed them to a wall. What'd they put in the cake? Soap in the cake. It was a crazy day at the cat's house. All right, I'm going to stop this video, and when I come back, we are going to paint. So we're going to paint a cat. I'll see you in just a minute.